Imagine you wake up in the middle of the night. You need to go. Badly. But there's no bathroom down the hall, no toilet, no sink, no door you can close behind you. There's just the world outside. Dark, cold, full of strangers, animals, and eyes you can't see. Now imagine this isn't a bad dream. This is Tuesday. This is every single night, for your entire life, and for the life of every person you've ever known. For more than 99% of human history, that's exactly how it was. No flush, no pipes, no porcelain bowl waiting patiently in a quiet little room. So here's the question that sounds almost too simple to ask, but somehow nobody ever does. Where did it all go? Let's start with something uncomfortable. Every human being who has ever lived has had to deal with this problem. Kings, peasants, soldiers, poets, every single one of them, multiple times a day, faced the exact same task you face right now, except almost none of them had a toilet to do it in. Think about that for a second. The toilet, as you know it, the seat, the bowl, the flush, the pipe that carries everything away and makes it disappear forever, is one of the newest inventions in the story of civilization. Cities are thousands of years old. Writing is thousands of years old. The wheel, farming, bronze, iron, all ancient. But the flushing toilet? It's barely been around 200 years in any common form. Indoor plumbing that most people could actually access? Some places didn't have that until the 20th century. So for almost the entire span of human existence, there was this problem sitting in the middle of daily life. A problem every single person had. A problem that never went away. And somehow, across thousands of years and thousands of different cultures, humanity had to keep solving it, over and over, in wildly different ways. At first, it seems like a simple problem. You just go outside, right? But that's where the mystery actually begins. Because here's the thing, most people never stop to consider. A human body doesn't care where it is. It doesn't wait for the right moment, the right weather, the right amount of privacy. And when you have hundreds of people crammed into a small settlement, thousands crammed into an early city, that just go outside answer stops working almost immediately. Waste doesn't just disappear because you ignore it. It sits there. It smells. It attracts flies. And worse, much worse, it carries disease. Long before anyone understood what a germ even was, people were dying from something invisible in their own waste, seeping into the water they drank, contaminating the food they grew. And they had no idea why. This is the real problem hiding underneath the simple question. It's not just, where do you go? It's, how do you keep an entire community of people from slowly poisoning itself? And humans had to figure that out completely blind. No microscope, no germ theory, no science textbook explaining what was happening. Just trial, error, and an enormous amount of death to learn from. So how did they even begin? Let's go back. Really far back. For early hunter-gatherer bands, the solution was almost invisible because it barely needed one. Small groups, constant movement. If a place started to smell bad or feel off, they simply left. Nature reclaimed what they left behind before it ever became a real problem. Waste broke down. Rain washed it away. The group was gone before the danger could catch up to them. It's almost elegant, in a strange way. The problem solved itself, simply because humans didn't stay still long enough for it to become a problem. But then, something changed everything. Humans stopped moving. Around 10,000 years ago, people began settling down, farming, building permanent homes, living in the same place for years, decades, generations. And the moment humans stopped moving, the waste stopped moving too. This is the turning point most people never think about. Settling down, the very thing that allowed civilization to exist, is also the exact moment this hidden crisis was born. You can't simply walk away from the problem anymore. You live here now. Your children will live here. Your grandchildren will live here. Whatever you leave behind stays with you. So what did they do? The earliest solution was almost painfully simple. Designate a spot, a pit, a trench, somewhere just outside the living space, far enough to reduce the smell, close enough to actually reach in an emergency. Archaeologists digging into some of the oldest settlements in the world have found exactly this. Dedicated waste areas, deliberately separated from where people slept and ate. It sounds obvious now, but someone somewhere thousands of years ago had to be the first person to realize, if we don't organize this, we will all suffer for it. That single realization, waste needs a place, might be one of the most underrated ideas in the history of civilization. But a pit outside a hut is on.